It's quite ironic that I've got quite deep when talking about silliness. That's showbiz, baby. Hi, my name is Gabriel Harris, also known as transgender DILF clown Indy Nile. And this is my self-portrait. Should I just rip this open? I feel like this is very much gonna heal my inner child. I have no idea what I'd make this, but I want him to look over me. Yeah, a bit of glue and sparkles if I just want to add a certain je ne sais quoi. Or not, that's fine. That's here for now. My mum is actually a fine artist and she'll be cringing right now at my lack of basic knowledge of acrylic paints. I'm Gabriel, I'm an experienced, just a little guy. I am an actor, a writer, and a drag clown is what I'd call myself. I'm from Manchester, moved to London 7 years ago. So yeah, my whole adult life since I was 18. Basically, when I'm not stewarding to pay the rent, I'd probably just say I'm paid to be a fun uncle. When I do like my comedy in cabaret, I perform as my clown persona, or clown sona, if you will, Indy Nile, named after my favourite stage of grief. And that's really poetic, talking about my favourite stage of grief when I'm using colour 0753 black. I think that's who I am. So I started doing drag in, too long ago, 2018. And I started at a bar that isn't actually open anymore, her upstairs, RIP. I took the day off uni because I was so nervous and felt really ill the whole day, but it went pretty well. So yeah, I've been doing drag since 2018. That's a very roundabout way of answering a question that could have been one word long. The best thing about being a writer, actor, drag thing, clown, mashup is probably just the feeling of like just creating silliness in a room and making a room full of people laugh, and the creative control that you can get like when you're doing your own stuff, just being in a room full of queer silliness, which is a big thing to me. Oh, and also storytelling. I just love storytelling. I think that's why I got into it in the first place. It's just like, I fell in love with like acting and writing through watching Doctor Who when I was like 8. And just the fact that you're transported to another world and it's just like, it just makes you feel stuff. Cerulean Blue, I love that. Very Devil Wears Prada.
Something funny?
My one-man show, it's a combination of, it's a bit of theatre, it's a bit of drag, it's a bit of cabaret, it's a bit of stand-up, it's a bit of clown. It's a bit weird. I wasn't always a man, I used to be a girl. There, now we're all cut up to speed. So it's about that. A man. It's just a bit of a laugh, really, so come and watch. There's always so much pressure putting like the first bit of paint on. What impact that I want to have is the importance of silliness, because I feel like, you know, as trans people, we're often either in the media when we're dead or being objectified. So like being silly and laughing is part of the human experience, and trans people should just be able to just dick about on stage, have a laugh. So often laughter is like weaponised against us, and I want to sort of reclaim that. It's quite ironic that I've got quite deep when talking about silliness, but that's showbiz, baby. Ooh. Well, Stormy DeLavery, who was, I may have butchered the pronunciation of that name, but who was a bouncer at a nightclub in New York and a drag king. Talk about throwing the first brick at Stonewall. It was Stormy who actually was said to have thrown the first punch and actually started like the representation of drag kings. I think more recent people, I'd say Chio was one of those people who was the most vocal about, you know, making sure we're treated with the same respect as drag queens who, you know, get those reality TV shows and get all those like mainstream opportunities, and that drag is so much more than just, you know, putting on a bodysuit and lip syncing. Again, nothing against people who put on a bodysuit and lip sync, you know, get that coin. But there is so much more to drag than lip syncing to Jennifer Lopez.
The time has come for you to lip sync for your life.
Who else is there? There's other people who are changing the game, like Cabbage the Clown. These genre-bending, incredible performances and incredible aesthetic, and I'm constantly inspired by them. Yeah, it just blows me away every time. So yeah, Stormy, Chio, and Cabbage. Barbenheimer. Weirdly enough, you'd think a little twink like me would have watched Barbie. And I meant to, I just never got around to it. I actually watched Oppenheimer. It was just 3 hours of admin. Like, I don't want any film bros to like come and try and attack me. Favorite supermarket, I'd say my top 3 supermarchés are Sainsbury's, Lidl, Tesco. Though I do have a club card because my nearest supermarket is a Tesco Express. Marriage. I have to be very careful because my girlfriend might be watching this. My thoughts on marriage, I think it's very expensive. Like, you don't have to spend loads of money on a wedding or like go through that admin just to say that you've got a wife or a husband or a spouse. You know what, I probably want to get married just so I can like say that I'm a husband. I think that's just really cool. I think it's like a little bit oh, can I say it's a little bit to be like, oh, my wife. No, I think, you know, glad the gays have got it, glad that I can get married. But it's just, there's a lot of admin. And if, you know, it makes for a really expensive breakup. The Illuminati. If you want to be part of something, just like go to a book club. But I used to love watching those like conspiracy videos. It was like Niall Horan is in the Illuminati. I think he's got a very sweet face, so I think he's one of those people who could pull off being in the Illuminati. I'm gonna say Fleetwood Mac because the song Landslide was my gay awakening. Shrek, because Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Pokemon. I haven't played either game, but I think just the little creatures are cooler. Family Guy. I used to be a Simpsons fan. I mean, I still am, but there's something about Family Guy which just hits different now. Chilled night in the house with Lorna, my girlfriend, and her cat, Murphy. If you're watching this, Murphy, brown. Are you ready for the big reveal? Here we go. So, this is me. So, this guy in the middle, this is actually a creature that I always drew when I was like 14. He was called Scribblenut because I loved drawing little creatures, but never had the skill to actually draw people, so I just put colours together, put eyes and a mouth on it. He's called Scribblenut, he's got a little top hat because he's fancy. And he's smiling despite the horrors, which I feel like is very me. We've got some flowers here, they represent flowers. The little he-he-he's there, that's the title of my show. The little dots and the little lines, they represent the horrors. They surround us. No further comment on that. I think this would go for quite a lot in the Louvre. That's French for the Louvre. I'm Gabriel Harris, also known as Indy Nile, and this is my self-portrait. Thank you.